Lust doesn't begin with action. It begins in the unseen. It's not the moment someone clicks, or looks, or touches. It's what's already growing beneath the surface before that. Lust is a craving, but not for love or connection. It's a hunger for control, consumption, and momentary satisfaction. Lust takes something sacred, like the body, like intimacy, like a human soul, and treats it like a product. It doesn't just distort desire, it distorts the way we see people entirely. They're no longer someone made in God's image. They become something to use. And lust doesn't stop to ask, who is this person? It only asks, what can I get? Jesus didn't soften his words on this. He said, anyone who looks at a woman lustfully has already committed adultery with her in his heart. Matthew chapter 5, verse 28. That's not a command meant to shame you. It's a diagnosis. He's showing us how deep the root really is. Because sin doesn't start when your body moves. It starts when your heart says yes. But that quiet yes, that moment of internal surrender, can start unraveling everything else. Lust makes promises it can't keep. It whispers that this one image, this one moment, this one night will finally be the thing that fills you. But it never does. It gives you a spike of pleasure and then leaves you emptier than before. Every time we give in to lust, our appetite doesn't shrink. It grows. But the satisfaction? That gets smaller and smaller. That's why it's a trap. Because it trains the mind to crave what cannot satisfy and leaves you feeling more alone than when you started. That's the cycle no one talks about. The high fades. Guilt creeps in. And even though we know it's hollow, we keep reaching for it, hoping this time we'll feel different. But it doesn't. Because lust doesn't fill. It drains. And the more you give it, the more it takes. But hidden in that emptiness is a question we rarely pause to ask. If lust is a hunger, then what are we actually hungry for? Behind lust is usually a deeper ache. We might be searching for comfort, validation, a sense of power, or even a way to avoid pain. Lust steps in as a quick fix. It numbs, it distracts, but it doesn't heal. It never gives the thing you're really looking for. It just covers it up. We weren't designed to live in isolation, in shame, or in cycles of temporary escape. We were created to know and be known, to experience love that's patient and safe. Lust offers the appearance of that, but never the substance. When you pull back the curtain, what you find isn't just a behavior, it's a wound. And until that deeper place is seen and healed, the desire will keep rerouting itself into broken forms. But there's a reason Scripture doesn't just say, don't lust. It offers a radically better alternative.
Purity isn't just about what you don't do. It's about what your heart is filled with. Purity isn't the absence of lust. It's the presence of purpose, focus, and peace. Lust scatters the mind. It pulls your attention everywhere. But purity gathers your strength and aligns it. It lets you see people clearly, not as objects, not as temptations, but as brothers and sisters, as image bearers. You don't lose desire, you redirect it. Desire isn't the enemy. Misplaced desire is. The more you feed your mind with truth, the more your eyes begin to see differently. You stop chasing pleasure and start living with clarity. You stop using people to feel powerful and start learning how to love people with power. But even when we know this, the pull of lust can still feel overpowering. Lust tells you you're too far gone, that it owns you, that you'll always be stuck, but that's a lie. The same spirit that raised Jesus from the dead lives in you, and that means you are not powerless. Freedom doesn't mean you'll never feel temptation. It means temptation doesn't get the final word. It means you get to interrupt the pattern. You get to say no and mean it. Not because of your willpower, but because of who's living inside you. You weren't made to bow to urges or live in cycles of guilt. You were made to walk free. Not perfect, not flawless, but free, honest, growing, grounded. That kind of freedom doesn't come from hiding your struggle. It comes from dragging it into the light. But there's one thing even stronger than freedom from lust.
The antidote to lust is not just discipline, it's love, real love, the kind that doesn't use you or reduce you, the kind that doesn't fade after one night or flinch when you fail. Lust looks to consume, love looks to give. Lust demands, love protects. Lust hides in the dark, love walks in the light. And the love of God doesn't just call you out of sin, it walks with you through it, restores you, reminds you who you are, and reshapes how you see others and yourself. You are not what you've done. You are not your struggle. You are not the addiction. You are not the cycle. You are a son. You are a daughter. And God's love doesn't flinch at your brokenness. It runs straight into it and says, I'm not leaving. And that kind of love, it doesn't just change your behavior. It rewires your entire view of what it means to be human.